All right. How's everybody doing today? Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever time it is, whatever galaxy you're in when you're watching this. Hope you're making it a great day. Can't just wait to have a great day. Can't wait for a great day to happen to you. You got to make it happen. TK says, let's go. Haha. Nice to have you here, TK. Just another consumer got his SLKR the ultimate. It's a pretty big deal for SLKR to get the ultimate. Changes the way that character plays a lot. Van Ward says he just got C ultimate and now he's useful. Yeah, C actually can solo this galactic challenge. Every now and then something comes along that he's good at. So, yeah, I was able to solo the galactic challenge with the Sith Eternal, do the undersized squad, the completion, all that stuff all at once, then had to go back with a full team of Sith. So no problem to red box this one if you got C. And enough Sith to, I mean, all you have to do is put Sith in with him and he'll still beat the event. He doesn't lose just because you put more people with him, so. Yeah. C is on my, he's the number 6 GL for me right now. I think he's 6 out of 6. And I don't like the spot he's in as far as what he does in the game. But occasionally something comes along like this where he just owns it, and then you feel pretty good about having C. Been weeding awake a week on 10 Mark 8 binoculars. Mark 8 binoculars are the devil. Honestly, it's funny. I can never remember needing to farm those things on the Loquitur account. Like, whenever I need them, I seem to have been able to buy enough out of the shop that I'm in good shape. On the Abtesio account, the newer account, I don't know if it's just that the rebels need a sickening amount of binoculars or what, but I've been farming these darn things since I started the account. Like, every time a character needs them, I'm just farming them nonstop. It's crazy. This dark side node 9B, I've always quoted 9C as the node to go to for dark side, but especially on the Abtesio account, I find myself farming this 9B all the time instead. And again, maybe it's just the characters that I'm building, but on this account, the Mark 4 back to gel, that's been a problem for me on other accounts, hasn't even been a thing, right? Like usually I've always had to farm this, and the Abtesio account has plenty of these and none of the binoculars. So, just weird. I guess it definitely depends on the characters that you're working on. You know, when you get a lot of them that need that, a lot of them that need the binoculars, you're just always out. But that 9B is not a bad node. It's got several pieces of gear that crunch up for, that's bronzium, I believe. This is also bronzium, and that, I think, is carbonite. So there's a couple of bronzium pieces out of here. It's not the best node. It's not bad. And then you've got the Nihilist node that has it on it. And that's got a couple other pieces that are okay. They also, this I think is bronzium. This I don't think is anything. I feel like that might not even be one that crunches up. But yeah, so that 9B node has been something I've had to farm a lot of on the Abtesio account. Been waiting. Krennic needs about 817,000 of them. For me, it's the Mark 8 biotech implant. Yeah, do you have problems with the gold part of it? This part? Or the blank part? See, that's interesting too, right? Look at this Obtisio account. 744 of these things. I don't really have to farm this node. I do need these projectors, but I've had enough bayonets. I've had enough of these. 744. Crazy, right? If I go over here on my Loquitur account, I might have 100 of them. 142, yeah. So only a 600 difference. Stocking up on those lately. Haven't used them here as much as usual. But yeah, I'm always out of those things. On the Loquitur account, I've had to farm this 9F node a lot. Get a lot of bayonets. Interesting how things work out. I'm farming Mark 7 Kairos all day. I've been having to farm injectors. I'm waiting on the shard shop. If I buy 10 for $250, I know I'll get them today. Apologies says good day. Full part should farm more 9C. Concerning C, just solo to C with Wampa. Tough to see a GL to go down like that. Yeah, I mean, chat talked me into trying the Wampa against C on Wednesday. I probably wouldn't have done it, but he was successful. I took out a C team with the Wampa myself, so it's crazy. Yeah, should not be able to take a Galactic Legend down with a solo non-GL like that. That's pretty crazy. So yeah, C, 6 out of 6 for me right now. 6 out of 7. I guess Jabba, right? Got to start including Jabba in the mix. I understand Jabba's not running around in the game yet, but I'm going to go ahead and put him ahead of Sith Eternal without even seeing him in action. All right. Wampa versus C was awesome. I watched the replay, says TK. Yeah, there was a moment there where it started to get kind of scary, and then just kind of got over the damage threshold, got a good counterattack in at the right time, got my life back, and kept it going. Ben Romock says hello. Deploy the lightsabers. Yeah, Jordan says, what's up, Loquitur? Up is the direction directly away from the center of mass of the object to which you're located in a vector perpendicular to the surface area. That is what is up. Have you done any more attenuation? I did like a couple clicks on my Obtisio account, but more or less I'm saving the clicks either for stream or for the weekly updates for now. Let you guys see what it is that I'm attenuating for your entertainment. I've just been farming the materials, and Wednesday to Thursday to Friday to Saturday, so 3 days, and I only have gotten 41 attenuators. So farming 3 refreshes and all mod energy into slicing materials, I'm not even getting 1 attenuation a day. I mean, it's not good or bad. It's just a data point to reference as I'm trying to think of like what the right way to split between slicing and mods now. So I think basically if I can figure out statistically how many mods we have to farm so that if we work gray mods and every mod that we get, if we, let's say, farmed mods for 4 days a week, would we statistically, not guaranteed, but just statistically, would we get at least 1 mod that would get at least 14 speed, so that it would be 15 at 6 dot, worth attenuating and sinking those materials into. So that's what I'm trying to figure out, is how you get to a 1 week cycle where you get the right amount of mods, the right amount of slicing materials, and get like 1 attenuation or maybe 2 a week. So I think there's some kind of statistical formula out there. I started putting it together in a spreadsheet, and it's got branches in it, because at the moment that you can attenuate and turn a 3-speed hit mod into a 4-speed hit mod, suddenly getting 15 speed is less hard with mods that have lower speed roll stats. So for myself, if a mod wasn't going to be at least 14 speed when I 6-dotted it, I generally just don't 6-dot it. So like I've had mods that are 11 speed on 3 rolls. You get like a 4, a 4, and a 3 or something like that, and I don't 6-dot those. Well, now, knowing that you could get a lucky attenuate, it could be a 12-speed mod. You could hit it with a slice and an attenuate and just see what happens. And if it does slide over to speed, then maybe you've got like a 16, 17 speed mod. It has 4 speed rolls on it. It's never going to be a 25 speed mod, but you can just leave it there with 4 rolls and be pretty confident. That'll only work 1 out of 4 times. So once I got into the branching of the statistics with the attenuation, I got to do like a multiple layer spreadsheet array, and haven't got there yet. So have some more calculations to do before I can arrive at a conclusion. So basically what I'm thinking about doing, hopefully this weekend I'll get through it. I'll put something out and I'll just tell you guys, this is what I see, this is what I'm looking at, this is what I'm going to do. And then I'll do it for like 6 to 8 weeks and then see if it works out or if I missed the math. So that's the plan with the attenuation. How important do you think Inquisitors and Jabba will be to the new TB? Since one of the Inquisitors is in the territory battle, I have a feeling isn't the third sister or whatever, isn't she in the I don't want to speak out of turn because I'm trying. I haven't paid enough attention to that stuff, and so I feel like she's going to be the new Kiadi Mundi type prize, right? So you can get an Inquisitor out of there. I imagine that event is going to be Inquisitors. So I think that's going to be a new guild thing, right? Like getting Jabba the Hutt and the Inquisitors so that you can get those shards will make you more attractive to a guild. But if we think that through, honestly, I think that TB is going to be at such a high level that you're still going to need to build your account to 4 million before you even start to think about qualifying for that TB. So, I mean, if you're a 3 million account and you've got Inquisitors and Jabba, I don't think you're going to get a serious look from a guild because of that. I don't think that's going to be a qualifier like the cam clones have been for Kiadi Mundi. But I might be wrong, I might be wrong. We'll have to see when it all comes out. But yeah, I think the Inquisitors are definitely going to be needed to get the other Inquisitor. And that'll be attractive, if you're already in a good guild and you want to be in a better guild. That might be one of the requirements that you need. Yeah, Reva's the TB character. Attenuate or calibrate? Well, I think in the game it's called calibration, but when the part that they give you is called an attenuator, it's hard for me not to refer to it as attenuation. Right, so they call it calibration here, but these parts are called attenuators. So you guys are just going to have to live with it, but attenuator is actually a thing, and attenuation is actually a thing, and attenuation and calibration are not necessarily the same. So anyway, I suppose you could say attenuation is a kind of calibration. I guess we'll have to get used to calling it calibrate. Yeah. All right, I'll do my best to call it calibrate, even though they're called micro attenuators, and I will probably refer to it as attenuation. Try to remember to call it calibrate. Yeah, they said it was meant for guilds that get most of the rewards in Geo. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And if you know how hard it is to get wave clears in light side Geo, I mean, with the right characters or with the right Omicrons, it's not that bad, but it's certainly not a walk in the park. Certainly not. We could do a couple more attenuations. Probably just see about doing some attenuations. Let's take a look. See if there's anything worth attenuating. I still got a bunch of stuff on this account that's worth attenuating, I think. So this one is 17 speed. I think we already hit that once. Nope. Okay. If we can get another speed hit off of 17 speed with 2 stats, then we can keep slicing it past blue. Well, let's calibrate this. Hope for speed. We get offense. Yeah, I'll take offense over flat speed. That'll be fine. And this is the kind of one where we could go ahead and just try a second attenuation on it someday, you know. It's probably worth 17 speed on 3 rolls is pretty good, right? It's like a 5/5 and a 6, put it at 16, 6 dotted, it goes to 17. So those are pretty good rolls on speed. So we'll do a filter here. What I should do is I should see if I have specifically, see if I have arrows and have secondary speed. So let's see if we can do that. So then we can see some of the mods that we have. So here we have an offense mod that has speed on it. We don't want to, unfortunately, we don't want to mess with Beskar Mando because his team is calibrated to his speed. A crit avoidance arrow with 20 speed. Really good for Shaak Ti when taking her into the Ki-Adi-Mundi mission, right? So health, protection, and offense, and 20 speed. Let's go ahead and slice this and see if we can just hit it naturally. If we don't, let's take another slice on it. All right, we get 3 speed, so we don't have to attenuate it. 23 speed is going to be the end state for that mod. Health with speed. This is defense with speed. This is another crit avoidance one. Let's go ahead and slice. Yeah, so it's only got 9 speed on it, so I really don't want to invest anything more into this until I see if we can hit another speed. So crit avoidance, defense is good though. Protection, oof, that's hard. I think protection is actually worse. I think having all this defense on something where you've got crit avoidance is really good. Alright, so let's see if we can rotate another stat to speed here. Potency. I think I would rather have the protection than the potency. Yeah, if we don't hit speed... Yeah, see, that's just a dud of a mod now. It's done. It's in a really awkward spot. Here's an offense mod with 4 rolls at 17 speed. That could be good for somebody, for sure, right? So we'd have to enhance it. Yeah, I don't have any more attenuation. So that's all we're going to be able to attenuate for right now. You almost got it, DL, the calibration thing. Why don't slice mods to orange and then use the extremely rare stuff to get the 5th roll? Seems the more efficient way since you can farm all the 6-dot slicing mats now. If you've already sliced it to blue and it's only got 3 speed rolls, the rarity of the slicing components compared to the rarity of the attenuators, you're better off at the level blue to try to get the 4th roll into speed. If you don't get the 4th roll into speed, you shouldn't waste your slicing materials on that mod. So let's say you have the 17 speed mod that's blue, and you slice it again and you don't hit speed, and you slice it again all the way to gold and you don't hit speed. The likelihood that you're going to get 2 transfers to speed is 25% of 25%. So the likelihood of getting that mod to 5 rolls then becomes 5%, 7%, so something like 7%. And I'm not going to waste all those slicing materials on a mod that has a 7% chance to be as good as I want it to be. However, if it's at the blue level, then I slice it, and I hit that 25% chance, the likelihood that I can get the 5th roll, either with 2 more slices or another attenuation, is statistically around 60% at that point, right? Because you get a 25% chance to hit on one slice, 25% on another, and 25% with an attenuation. So if you've only got 3 rolls on speed, stop at 6 dot blue, try to attenuate to speed. For the 1 out of 4 that does hit speed, then you continue with your slicing and attenuation, and possibly do a second attenuation. Otherwise, it's not worth it. Because once you don't hit speed on that purple and gold slice, you've just wasted a lot of stuff for a mod that's never going to be good enough. And again, other people may have different opinions, but statistically, mathematically, that's what I see. That's what I have calculated in the past, and even with attenuators. It's just one more attempt to fix a slice that didn't work. Or basically 2 attempts. The second one is almost half as efficient as the first one, but for some mods, it's still going to be worth it for the second attenuation. For some. Was only talking about 4 hits in speed. Typically, I don't 6 dot mods with just 3 rolls in speed. Yeah. Well, you saw on the mod that had 4 rolls with the crit avoidance one, I did slice that one before I attenuated. So on that one, I did take the slices to see if I could get speed before I attenuated it. So yeah, with the 4th roll, then you do want to see if you get the 5th roll with slicing. Yep. That I can agree to. Michael Neal says, I'm at 1.3 million GP. After Relic Padme team, do I go for SLKR for first GL or Profundity? Profundity into JML seems fun, but is SLKR the smarter route? There's different things that you can do in the game, and it's not necessarily that one is right and the other is wrong. If you go for SLKR first, you can follow it up pretty quickly with Executor. If you go for Executor first, then for sure you've almost met all the requirements for the Finalizer journey, and it won't be any problem for you to get that ship as well. So in the current meta, I would say going SLKR is a good route. You get SLKR, you can put Hux and the rest of the team with him. You can easily build a second team out of his journey with other First Order characters. And if you commit the Omicron to Phasma and the Omicron to the First Order TIE Pilot, then you have a second team that's good in Territory Wars. It's good in GACs. Of course, you got the main team with SLKR himself. So you get 2 rock-solid teams that you can do whatever you want with. So it's really a high-value journey right now. So I wouldn't, if you want to do, if you want to take a longer arc, do the Profundity into JML. It gets you potentially set up for a Galactic Legend counter team with a Jedi Knight Luke, in addition to a Galactic Legend, in addition to the CLS team. So it's a really good build for territory wars, for light side geo territory battles. It gives you a lot of synergy, a lot of teams, a lot of stuff. But it takes longer to do. If you're doing SLKR, and this is something I'm looking at pretty closely, it makes a lot of sense to do SLKR first. But because Profundity and Executor are a thing, some people are going to go for them right away. And if you don't, you're not going to be competitive in fleet. So there's like, you either come into the game and you build Executor first, you come into the game and build Profundity first and establish your fleet, or you have to come in the game, very quickly stabilize, very efficiently get your SLKR, and finish up right after that with Executor, knowing that there'll be about a 4-month period where you're going to get pushed out of fleets. And you just have to live with that and be okay with like a 5th to 10th place position during that time. Finalizer may be able to get you better performance in some fleet shards if you can beat certain Executors on your way through. But the GL first route right now just puts you in a position where people who do go for a main fleet first will push you out of fleet. So is it worth it to do that? Well, in the rest of the game, the people who go fleet first are not going to be getting as good of rewards in galactic challenges. They're not going to be getting as good of rewards in the raids. They're going to miss out on potentially some conquest stuff that they could get because the fleet first account ends up, weak across those areas. So I think all three of those routes are extremely legitimate. They're like literally the 3 best ways you can start an account right now. Stabilize, SLKR, Executor, or Profundity. All 3 of those first big journeys have a purpose. They make sense. There's a route you can go from there. Of course, the Profundity route would then be to go into JML. The SLKR route would be quickly followed up by Executor. The Executor route would probably be followed by SLKR. So it's just a matter of which one you put first. All of those will do okay in GAC, but none of them are, let's say, an actual GAC account build. So I know I over-answered the question, but I'm trying to work on the new build guides, and that's what I'm running into. Like there's only a limited amount of ways that you can build the accounts right now, so that you can make sure by the time that you end up at 4 million, you're able to do all of the proving ground stuff, all the hard conquest stuff, and still be competent for fleet to get your rewards out of there, and also be attractive to a guild. So, not easy. In terms of the ease of your account, probably the easiest thing to do is just to go straight into Executor and then build SLKR after. That is probably the easiest build path for a new player to understand and to follow. And potentially the most successful, right? Establish your place in fleet, then get your Galactic Legend, then move on to the next thing. I went straight for my Executor. I've been 9 months in a row in first place, says Dante. Nice. JML equals Ewok, C-3PO, Hermit Yoda, Wampa. Lots of delays along that route. Yeah, Van Ward, that's why you put the Profundity in front of JML. Because doing the Profundity first is a lot of synergy with JML. It gives you time to build the Wampa and build the Hermit Yoda. If you try to just go straight into JML, you're not going to do it. You need Jedi Training Rey, you need Ewoks for C-3PO. Like you said, you need bounty hunters to get Chewbacca. There's so much stuff that's involved in that journey. But if you already start with Profundity, then you get a bunch of Rebel characters, you get a bunch of that synergy already started, and it gives you time to buy the Hermit Yoda and the Wampa out of the shop without having to spend a bunch of crystals to supplement that and keep it on track. But that journey, by the time you get through it, you have a Raddus team with Rogue One, you have a Mon Mothma team, you build Kyle Katarn to put into the Mon Mothma team. That gets you the Raven's Claw so that you got 2 fleets out of it. You'll get the Profundity fleet, and you'll also, with a few of these characters, be able to have a Home 1 fleet behind it. Then you get the CLS team, the Jedi Training Ray team. And the reason I want to build a Jedi Training Ray, the whole team around her, you can build BB-8 and R2-D2 as part of her team, and then because you're waiting so long to get all those teams up and running for JML, you can also build 50 RT with IG-88 because you're going to need him for the fleet stuff anyway, BB-8, R2-D2, and then L3. Because you're going to build Dash Rendar, you're going to want to build L3 for the Dash team. So you're already going to have easily 3 of the droids you want. IG-88 is the 4th. You've got 4 droids. So if you throw 50 RT in there, you've got, a Conquest specific team that can help you overcome any weakness that you would have in Conquest for being on a journey with a pretty long arc. So I'm pulling it together. I'm trying to pull all the synergy together in a way that we can make these paths work. Relic 9 for Profundity, says Van Ward. Yeah, okay, let's catch up. Han's Millennium Falcon for JKL. Those ships are worth farming anyway. Yeah, exactly. And it goes right into the JML journey anyway. Executor is not cheaper than Profundity. If players start to relic their pilots in 3 attacker setup, you have to relic them, so Profundity is a lot better. Van Ward says Relic 9 for Profundity. So with the Abtesio account, I'm trying to prove a point, right? If you just buy once every week, control your crystals, and just make one purchase of the Relic 8 and Relic 9 key component materials, I think you get the Relic 8 and Relic 9 without having to spend money and without sacrificing that much stuff in the game. It's a lot of crystals, but it's that many crystals over, 16 to 20 weeks. So you only have to make 12 total purchases. So if you made a purchase 2 out of every 3 weeks, it would take you 18 weeks to get there. And it's plenty of time. It's plenty of time. You don't have to join a C-Pit guild and go crazy and have all kinds of stupid expectations to get your Relic 9. You can just buy the stuff out of the shop. So I'm doing that on Abtesio account just to kind of prove the point that it's possible. And we will, right? Hopefully. JKR is easier to set up. Need Malak for the Darth Revan team to shine, and that means JKR. Greetings from Croatia. Question: is it better to go first for Darth Revan or Jedi Knight Revan? So that answer is complicated. Jedi Knight Revan is easier. Darth Revan is better. So if I had everything to do over again and I was going to go for the Revans into Malak, I would build Jedi Knight Revan first, simply for the fact that like the assault battle that's on right now with the Jedi, I have Relic Jedi on the Abtesio account, and I can't get there. I can't make Team of Jedi that gets Challenge Tier 1 done. And then when you get Jedi Knight Revan, it's kind of not even a thing, right? You walk right through it. Or at least it's been that way on both of my other accounts. So I would probably get Jedi Knight Revan just because he lends himself better to events and getting things done, and then follow it up with Darth Revan from there. If you're really focused on GAC and you're looking to win the most GACs possible as soon as possible, then Darth Revan comes first. Just relic him and Bastila, and you can annihilate all kinds of teams in GAC, even without Malak. So he's more of a sure thing victory against harder teams. So kill things like CLS, all kinds of things with Darth Revan. So I would build Jedi Knight Revan unless you're super focused on GAC and you just want Darth Revan first for the wins. My opinion. JKR was easier, not sure anymore. Yeah, that moving that stuff off of the fleet nodes onto the hard nodes just stinks. It just makes it harder to manage. Alright, do you prefer Adrad and Rogue One with Bistan or Scarif Rebel Pathfinder? I've heard both and I'm building now. My plan is to put Jyn and Cassian in there because they seem like no-brainers. I do plan to put in Bistan, and the fifth one is the one that's a question mark for me. I don't want to build the Pathfinder, but in the end, I think that will probably be the fifth character. Will be the Pathfinder, the guy who's also in Bistan's ship. So it may not be the very best version of that team, but at least it's a character that I want to build. So that's probably how I'll do it. Alright, JKR only needs Bastila and Jolee geared. The other three can be minimally set up. Jolie's Zeta is nuts. Yeah, Jolie's Zeta is the ticket, right? Just bring back everybody that dies. A Jedi Knight Revan team with a relic Bindo is a menace at any level. Should I bite the bullet and go back and farm Kylo and Rey? I have the other 4 GL and Executor and close to Profundity. I keep getting caught up in the latest GL. If you've got the other 4 GLs, you've got time to make that decision. I mean, you can build other stuff. I would probably build Starkiller before I went back for the other GLs. Because Starkiller, especially in Territory Wars, I feel like Starkiller with Juhani, with the Omicron, is more than a galactic legend. That team is just berserk. So hard to deal with. Alright, here was our last GAC. Fought against Jon Snow. He beat a couple of our teams. Then he played against Qui-Gon. He dropped a battle against... I'm sorry, he played against the Kenobi team here, the JMK team. Dropped one battle and said, it's enough. And walked away from it. So we got the win against Jon Snow. Now we're fighting against Miite. I don't know. Don't know what kind of name that is. Nak Wanhausten Kilta. N-O-K. Don't recognize any of that. Korean, maybe? Don't know. Somebody in the chat knows. Let me know. Let me know what you know. 7 million, 3 million in ships, 4 million in characters. 7 million in ships is a lot. But we don't see the Executor in his fleet arena. So pretty quickly we can know that he doesn't have the Executor yet. He's got a bunch of stuff in ships, but doesn't have the Executor or the Profundity. Relic ships for First Order, Geos, Galactic Republic, and some Rebel stuff. Character-wise, he's got 2 GLs with SLKR and Jedi Master Luke. Also got Gas, 2 Revans, Malak, the huge. Here's Malak at Relic 5. See what he's got. Anything unusual? There's the Wampa with the Omicron. I've got the Sith Eternal Omicron, or the datacron that gives my Sith Eternal 80% alt. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not in threes, huh? Is it 20% for each other character? Yeah, I think it is. So he only gets 40% in threes. That's significantly worse. I hadn't thought about that. Relic Geos, he does have the Triumvirate in here. Interesting. Triumvirate is a good squad. I always think to myself that I want to get my Triumvirate relic on the Loquitur account. Be helpful. Alright, so he out GPs us by quite a lot. We're at 4.7, 4.8 million right now. So he's got a cool 2.5 million over us. Look at mods real quick. Show you these mods. Fastest character, 309. Without a speed set. Always feels good when I come in here and see the fastest non-GL character is just over 300. 291 on Piet. Drops off from here pretty quickly. I think Darth Revan was on 290, 285, yeah. So we do have a speed advantage pretty much across the board. That's going to help us. Now I did scout my opponent, and I know that he puts SLKR on defense. I know that he basically loads up on one of the zones. I assume that it's all in the same zone. So if that's a bad assumption, then I might be in trouble. Alright, so he's got a Vader team. I guess it's just a dot team, right? Like crazy for dots. Here we've got Padme. So he does have his good teams kind of split up. So he's got Padme here, full relic. He's got Grievous. He's got CLS. Not sure what I'm going to do against that CLS team. With gas and SLKR down here, I'm pretty much locked out of this zone. Malak, I might be able to trooper this because I've got the speed advantage. Come in here, just blow up Bastila with the mass assist. It'll trigger him to get taunt, but you know, maybe we can work through that with the troopers. This I'll have problems with what I've got on offense. We can Vader it. Probably just use Vader there if we don't use him somewhere else. Alright, so if we're going to clear a zone, probably going to be top zone. Probably can use my Wampa here, right? What am I going to beat this CLS team with? How does Iden do? Do I have Iden on offense here? Let me check for Iden. How would this team do against CLS? So if they shoot Iden right away, I don't care. If they shoot Snowtrooper right away, then it can go pretty badly for us. We'll put up the resurrect buff. They'll remove it pretty quickly. Iden is usually good into CLS at low gear, but maybe use a tank. I don't have a tank. I mean, I'm very limited on what this account has to offer, right? So the shore trooper's not in good shape. Range trooper's not good enough for this team. Could get one shot. Without Chupio sharing stats, this might work. I think it all comes down to it might work even if they shoot first and not on Iden. I think it's probably my best chance to get through it in one. I've got Vader. I've got the regular troopers. See, the regular troopers could in fives, I'd be very confident against a team this slow to just bring in the troopers, and I feel like I could have that under control. But in threes, if I put in Dark Trooper, for sure they're going to shoot him first. And once they shoot Dark Trooper first, I can't get that first kill before they get a turn. That's the problem. Be fighting with stuns and dazes and all kinds of stuff for the rest of the battle. I guess just stuns, right? We don't have the blinds from Chupio and all that stuff to deal with. But I think it's worth a try. Normally Iden works. Since Iden is lower... Yeah, exactly. Since Iden is low gear, it does seem likely that they're going to target her because the AI likes to kill weak characters. So let's give this a shot. Okay, they shoot Iden first. That's good for us, I think. And then I really want to do the area effect, but it will trigger too many counterattacks, I think, at this point. So it's probably not a good thing to have 3 high offense characters counterattacking me. So we'll hold off on the area effect stuff for now. Okay. Hang in there, guys. Iden's been dead like 5 times now, which we're okay with. Keep poking away at this Chewbacca. We'll put up this now because I think they've used up their skills that remove the res. Get a little safety on our not Idens. Oh, I say that and then instantly he uses the skill to remove all my buffs. Okay. Alright, let's get this in there. Looking good so far. Only 1 counterattack out of this and it'll give us stuff back so we don't care. Okay. I think if I'd have used all those big AoEs at first... Oh, I should have waited for Snowtrooper on this. That's alright. We'll get him in on the action soon enough. Too many stuns. Alright, let's clear that junk off. Alright, this should be good. Get him. Yay. Not bad. 67. What? Wait, what? How? We all ended up full protection. Look at this. Full health, full protection. Max banners. Max banners against CLS. Feel pretty happy about that. That's, yeah. As well as we could be expected to do. Alright, Wampa. Let's see if we can put a datacron with this Wampa. Wampacron. We had something that gave health steal, right? So we'll just... understand it's a light side datacron, but we'll put this on Wampa just to maximize the health steal right away. You make me want to delay Jedi Knight Luke for an Iden team. Iden Ami, they heal out of turn attacks like counters, so could work. It did work. We made it work. Alright, Wampa, let's get in there. Let's see if we can womp some Grievous. Alright, I'm nervous about this droidica just one-shotting me. But since I'm not that fast and I'm not going to take that many turns, you know, he won't build up too many stacks of annihilation. We still got protection, so we can go ahead and roar and just keep building up our offense. Once we're hurt, then it's increasingly in our best interest to do the attack for the health steal. Alright. We're counterattacking a droideka. Alright, get in there. Get him. 37 instances of damage over time. I feel like that's a lot. We still got protection. We can get damage. Do a womp. Still got protection. Look how good this guy is. We'll just go in with the attacks now. Back up to 8 stacks. Oh, he got 9 stacks. Yeah, we'll just attack. Get Grievous out of here. 58 banners. Pretty good. As good as can be expected. Let's try to cheese this. Right? Let's see if we can cheese it. We'll do Kira and Nest. We have Kenobi there to soak the counterattacks. So we should be able to get crits on one of these two. And as long as we can get crits with Kira's lead, we recover protection whenever we score a critical hit. And that gives us back our natural protection so that Anakin can't just one-shot us with a big overhand smash. I think it's better to do this way than it would be to put a datacron or Traya in the lead or something like that. So let's see if we can cheese this team with our Nest. Okay. Let's see if we can clean him up a little bit. Okay, good counterattacks coming in here. Nest doing Nest things. We're going to do this. Get back some protection. This is dicey. He's got a counterattack up. Let's do that. Get back as much as we can with a big hit. Keep life stealing. Okay. This is going okay so far. It's not as good as I'd hoped, though. Yeah, we gotta. Don't think we can kill him. Let's try stunning him. Don't get anything there. Let's go over here. Give Anakin a rest for a second so that we can kill him. Get him. Nope, not enough. This is no good for us. I gotta attack Kenobi here. That was too close for comfort. Alright, let's see if we can get Anakin out of here now. Go away. Okay. Oof, if we weren't getting back those little bits of protection, I think Nest would have died by now. Now, let's get back on Kenobi. Man, Padme. Hitting hard. Getting back some life and protection again. Back on Kenobi. Okay, now we can go on Padme. Get her down a little bit. Stick with Kenobi. Courage stacks. Oh. I saw my life flash before my eyes there with all those courage stacks. Get back on Kenobi. Stay on Kenobi. Waiting for her to lose her protection. Yeah, the counterattacks are doing bad things for us right now. Okay. Oh, man. Had her. I had her in my sights. Let's get her out of here. Oh, that wasn't even... Whew. Get rid of those courage stacks. Alright, get her. I do not want to put this on auto because there's a difference between when I want Ness to do her special abilities and not. We're going to go back over on Anakin or Kenobi here. Alright, get her. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Now we can put it on auto. Yeah. So if you put it on auto, then you don't have your big damage skill at the right point in the combat, and things don't work out in your favor. So, okay. Let's catch up on chat. Garbage Aiden with Ami can do some work, says TK. Yeah. Aiden is definitely... she's scary. Van Ward says Aiden gets far more holds than any team I have. Van Ward says your nest is too fast. No, his team is too slow. Dang, that was close, says Blackbird. Yeah, so remember when I told you that we needed Kira so that we could keep generating protection back, otherwise they might be able to kill me in one hit? There were several times there where I had just that little bit of protection that I'd recovered, and Padme just like hit me down into the red. If I hadn't used Kira lead there, we would have been dead about 4 times over. Are you hyped for Mando Season 3? Van Ward says he's hyped for Andor. Yeah, well, I don't know if hyped is the right word. I'm so very patient. Right? Like, I know it's coming, and it's like, yeah, it's cool. That's nice. So the one thing that bothers me about Andor and shows like that, we already know how it ends, right? We already know that they make it. They have to make it. Like Cassian has to live because he's in Rogue One. So there's all these scenes where he's like running for his life and everybody's out to get him and all of this stuff. And the truth is, he's going to make it. You know? It's no problem. He's in the next movie. So for me, to some extent, it kind of dampens the drama. Like when Kenobi is fighting against Vader, and they're like throwing rocks at each other on that planet and whatever, they're having their fight. I mean, you know how it's going to end. Neither one of them can die. They're going to be in future movies. So it's like, yeah, they're going to have a battle. So, okay, we watch it. The battle's exciting for the quality of the battle, but the outcome's already predestined. It's not going to be something different. So, yeah, it takes a little bit away. Van Ward says, I'm hyped for Andor, probably in the minority. I mean, I think... So I'm entertained by all of it, right? Like I'm very entertained by it. I don't mean to make it sound like I don't enjoy it or I don't like it. It takes away some of the drama that you know what's going to happen already. But no, I definitely will enjoy watching it. I don't think we need Vader here. And honestly, if we can do this with something besides Vader, then we can save Vader to take a poke at that SLKR team down bottom. I think we're probably going to want to do that. What else do we have that could just deal with Vader? Got a lot of stuff, right? We got Geos, we've got Bounty Hunters, Troopers, Jedi Knight Revan team. So let's go look at what we've got on the bottom. We can't clear it, but maybe we can get some work done down here. Get a couple teams out. So this, I think Troopers is our best shot. This Vader, I think, is our best shot. So if we save Vader and troopers, we can poke at the bottom. So everything else is fair game for the top. Shock T has pretty good recovery. We could do something like Rex 5s and Shock T. And even if they kill Rex, 5s will sacrifice and should be able to finish it out pretty easily from there. Equip a datacron because we can. Stun lock him with something. This prevents his damage over times from doing much to us. We're just going to take a basic here so that we don't run out our tenacity. So now that we've ignored his Force Crush, makes the rest of this, should make the rest of it pretty easy. Merciless Massacre. Ooh. That was a pretty solid hit. That was just a basic. Alright, Vader. See you later. See you later, Darth Vader. Alligator Vader. There's a joke there somewhere. There's somehow to make that rhyme work. Not feeling it, but it's there. I know it's there. See you later, lame Vader. What do we got for fleets? Rebel fleet. So we can do Malevolence against Negotiator and Negotiator against Rebels. Should be winnable. Let's try these troopers out. I'm confident that they're going to do something. I feel like Bastila Shan's going to die. And then I don't know what's going to happen from there, to be honest. I like Dark Trooper against Malak. We have to kill Bastila first. I wish we could kill Palpatine first, but I really don't think this works unless we kill Bastila first. Okay. And now, oh, what? Wait, huh? How? I guess we got lucky and didn't crit Malak? Dark Trooper's pretty good against Malak. Gets off all these life drains, but Dark Trooper kind of doesn't care because it's only just going to take off an instance of his stacks. 55. We got lucky there. No taunt out of Malak, so we could just take out Palpatine right behind him. Pretty good. Do this way. These guys aren't very well affected by dots, but they are strongly affected by Culling Blade when they have a bunch of dots on them. That's what we're going for here. Stack up the dots, and then so we'll kick, try to stun some people, and then we're just looking to stack any kind of let's trade here because we can instantly get another turn. It's pretty good. Okay, get a shock. That is close to call territory right there. I don't think it's quite there yet, though. Okay. Merciless. Cull. 1 down. Get a counterattack here. And we'll just go ahead and hit him again. We'll do the same kind of thing. We'll just try to stack some... You know what? I think we're actually going to go over here and get rid of him. And then we just have to work with this Kylo. Got rid of all of our debuffs. Got a shock on him. We'll do this again for it and just call him out. Good. All right. Gas. Let's take in Geos against gas. For anybody who didn't hear me talk about it last time, I'm experimenting a little bit. I'm trying to make it harder for people to scout me. So on battles like this where I know that I'm not going to be able to beat something, I'm still going to run a couple teams up against it just to show plays and make it confusing for my opponent to try to figure out exactly what it is that I'm doing. It's not that big of a deal, but if it makes me just a little bit harder to scout, maybe it's worth it. So we're not planning to beat Gas. We're just running down a few teams against him to fool future opponents. I don't think I have a Beskar team made yet, so let me do El Scoundrels. We got a datacron we can put here. Okay. Whenever Mandalorian allies recover health, they recover protection. Requires entire squad at relic 5, and Mando's only relic 4. Yeah. Ugh. I don't think anybody in 7 million that are out of Kyber are scouting at all. That's fair. But if I have a fair matchup against somebody who's, you know, close to my GP, they'll scout me and they'll see all kinds of garbage. Stuff that's not helpful. Again, it's not like I expect it to actually do anything useful. But we'll see. All right. One more and then we're done. Ooh. Let's run CLS. Here we go. CLS team. Granted, it's a Gear 12 CLS team, so we can't expect too much out of it. But, you know, here we go. Look at that. Look at us. Crushing it with a Gear 12 CLS. Almost got him. Almost, no. Guys, that was close. Super close. Almost had it. All right, let's go in here with Malevolence. Pull up some Separatists. We are going to try to cheese this one. So we'll put these ships in, and then we want one cheese ship if we can get it. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. This is probably what we need. So if we get caught behind taunts and stuff and we don't have the Clone Sergeant ship out here, we can bring this in, clear it away, kill him, Okay. It's a plan. Let's get in there and execute this plan. Anyone who wants to scout you can always watch your stream. That would be fantastic. They could beat me for the low, low price of giving me ad revenue. Too funny. Yeah. All right, let's do this over here. Get rid of this daze, and we'll stun here, just to prevent the taunt for a moment. Get some buzz droids on people. Ahsoka will take it off, of course. We can get Anakin popped right away. Yeah, and he brings out this ship. So annoying. Because we can't reinforce and take away his taunt. Right? Doesn't work that way. So we'll have to bring Spy in. Hope to get lucky. Oh, we'll take Ahsoka. I'll take that. Get out of here, Ahsoka. Bye-bye. Okay, got the taunt up back there now. We'll take this first. Anakin falls by the wayside. Dies to the buzz droids. That's fantastic. Okay. Now we're just like a little mini buzzsaw cutting away at this guy. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So about half of the people viewing right now have hit the like saber. Please do that if you could. Sure would appreciate it. Helps me, helps the channel. Gets more people potentially to get a look at this stuff. Put up the like saber warning. This is how you do it. You just kind of give a flick of your wrist and that like saber just absolutely annihilates that like button in a most satisfying way. Try it. I think you'll like it. The confetti, added bonus. You get confetti when you do it. All right. Kick Ahsoka out. Oh man, I'm misclicking everything. Misclicking all of it. Oh, there we go. Taking those 3 ships. Shouldn't be any problem for us to beat these rebels, but never know. Just got to watch our debuffs. Can't stack up too many debuffs so they clear them. Alright. Cassian's ship's out here. That seems like a soft target. Okay, have to kill the tank anyway. He's not going to let me at the Cassian. I think I will just do a basic here. Then I can go over here. Get some damage on him, clear some buffs. Do this big hit and kill the tank. Oh, we got them both. Good job, Fives. You're a legend. Let's see. We can bring in Rex. Give some protection back to Anakin for what it's worth. That'll clear buffs. Oh, yeah. Easy peasy, 70 banners. Only 1 reinforcement needed. That was 420,000 galactic power. I felt like that was going to be more of a threat. But so 2 zone clear. We got it down to his gas and his SLKR. That's basically what we have to do at this level. With the idea of getting a full clear, if you're pushing up against people with... Oh, he played. I don't remember seeing that 10. So while we were playing, he did the JMK battle. And he's probably done. Probably done. He sees this Sith Eternal Emperor over here with a fully completed datacron. I mean, this right here, this is like... you know, like... what's this like? It would be like coming home and you walk up to the door at your house and it's got a condemned sign and a crime scene tape all over it. And you just kind of, you're like, that's my house. I want to go in there. But then you just kind of don't want to go in there because it's condemned and got the crime scene tape up all over it. So you just like, you know what? I'll come back later and the cops will let me know what happened. That's what that is. That's the that's crime scene tape right there, this datacron. I don't know, I was trying to think of something scary that's not too scary that would be funny. I think I failed, but you guys get the point. Got some fleet battles to do. And then we're going to talk about the topic of the day. Let's see if we can get a fleet battle here. Alright, this should be... This is actually an interesting... This fleet does pretty darn well against Executors. So this guy can beat Executors with a Sunfac tank. It's pretty interesting. And I don't think he's cheating. I think it's legit play. Because even now, we're going to fight against him. And it's not going to be entirely easy. So let's go with... Yeah, we'll go here. I mean, he's got a daze on him anyway, so he can't do anything. But I think we're actually going to heal here. Get the daze off of Hound's Tooth. We got to deal with this Sunfac. But we prompted enough turns on Anakin that we can actually get to him now. Take him out. But you can see where if somebody was running this fleet, if they were in control of it, that right there would have been a pretty dangerous opening, right? Paralyzed my Hound's Tooth pretty well. Was getting to my Razor Crest pretty well. Had daze and buff immunity on my Hound's Tooth. So, if anybody wants to play around with that, with their negotiator, with trying to beat Executors, it looks like this guy's onto something. Right. And of course, he's got the Ebon Hawk in there to make it more difficult to get to the ult. So we're going to take that Ebon Hawk out. Ooh, maybe we'll take the Ebon Hawk out. And at this point, it's all over, except for the part where he cries. Go ahead and target the Hound's Tooth. We'll bring in Plo so we can cleanse all this stuff off. Give ourselves some turn meter. Get back on Ahsoka. And then it's just us and the Hound's Tooth, and we're about to remove his negotiator. Alright. We'll do that. And then we're just going to put it on auto. Go over to the Aptitio account. Try to score some fleet over there. Now, I have been pushed out of the top 5 pretty firmly. This last round, we now have 6 Executors in the fleet shard, perched at the top. So, I don't have something that can beat them. So, I'm relegated to top 10 until I can get the Profundity up and running. And hopefully we can break back into the top 5. It's crazy. Not even 9 months old, and 6 people have already successfully got the Executor. I mean, it's not that hard to get, especially if you're willing to spend even just a little bit of money. You can get the Executor. But the fact that 6 people did it, it's pretty crazy to me. Seems like a lot. Seems like a lot of people. All right. No tank in the opening lineup here. I always wonder why it is that people do that, but they do. Maybe it gives you chances against certain fleets. I always feel like the tank makes things harder. Bring in Spy, see if we can clean this up. All right. Oh, he gets another reinforcement. Here comes the tank. Ahsoka still has taunt on her for right now, though, so no problem. We'll get her out of here. And this is the same thing. We'll put it in auto. And then we will secure top 10 in fleet. And then we'll talk about the topic of the day. TK says it looks like you might be satisfied with one attack. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. How many Executors in your Loquitur shard? Go take a look. We've got one decked out Profundity. There might be a second one somewhere lower down. But Genji has the real deal, and he's using bigs in his starting lineup, which is interesting. Guess that makes it hold a little bit better. So 6, 7, 7 and a Profundity. Yep. 7 Executors and 1 Profundity. Looks like. How early is too early for a new account to go for Profundity? It's too early if you don't have your income stabilized. So if you were to come in and just try to just straight jam for Profundity, you would really struggle. So you need some of these early teams. These troopers get Assault Tier 1 on 2 different territory battles. You know, the Palpatine team can do certain things, and this team is really, really good for Conquest. Vader is a monster in Conquest. You know, Padme team like this can do things for you. Also in Conquest and some of the galactic challenges. So you need a couple teams like that. I always recommend that people get the Geos up and running. So I've calculated it out that it's about, let's say, if you get to 85 by playing free-to-play or by hyperdrive bundle, doesn't make too much of a difference. In the next 3 months, you can build your trooper team, you can get your Geos to watt-ready state, and then in the next cycle of 3 months, you can already start working on Profundity while you finish up, let's say, a Padme team to full relics, get a relic on Vader, you know, whatever you need to do there. So about 6 months into the game, you'll have plenty of income stability, and then it makes a lot of sense to go for Profundity. But if you know you're gonna be doing that, then your initial farms, you want to farm Jedi Knight Anakin, you want to farm Piet for sure. So when those 2 farms finish up, then you can start farming Admiral Raddus and Mon Mothma already. And then you'll have 3 months of farming under your belt when you start the Profundity journey. Make things a lot easier. How far are you on Conquest on Optitio now? We are in Zone 4, I think. We got kind of stuck on Jedi Training Ray team here. So I'm waiting for my stamina to build back up, and we're going to try this with the clones team at full stamina. I might have to go buy some toys again. But, I mean, these teams are just... There's no way to get around this, right? Like, there's no other node here. There's no other option. So you come out of this, and you've got one choice, and I've got to be able to beat this team. And they are so fast. So they have an extra 20% speed. When you put extra 20% speed on these robots that are already getting... Oh, never mind, BB-8's not in there. Well, anyway, my troopers aren't faster than them. So if I could go first with the troopers, then I could beat this no problem. Or if I could get a turn with the clones before she kills, like... And they always go for 5s first. It's crazy. I think I played this like 3 or 4 times. And every single time she just straight up kills 5s. And if they kill any other clone, it's fine. 5s will sacrifice. And then we're in a much better position to finish it out. But, yeah, having a little bit of a struggle with this team. But I think I'll break through it. I probably won't get very far into Sector 5. I think this is about where I finished last time. Right at the start of Sector 5, we got stalled out. Last Conquest. So, that's as far as I've gotten. All right, let's talk about the topic of the day. Topic of the day. Treating people equally versus treating people fairly. And this discussion is not just for like managers or people who supervise somebody at work, although that's a lot of the context for what I want to say. It's also sort of something that I want people to think about, you know, even for their day-to-day lives, if it makes a difference for you. So there's a concept in management about treating people fairly. And just to make it, you know, put a box around it, if you say I'm going to treat people equally, that means anybody, let's say, who makes a mistake gets treated the same way. You get the same consequences for the same action, no matter who you are, or what you like, who you look like, whatever. And that's inherently unfair. So let's say somebody breaks a safety rule on their second week of work. The likelihood that they didn't even know that it was a rule is extremely high, right? And they could say, well, I didn't understand that's the way it worked, and that's probably legitimate. And if it's you would hope that the person in charge would say, well, you're new, you made a mistake, don't do it again. And then you would get the opportunity to show them that you're not going to do it again, and you learned, and that's it. The last time we ever have to talk about that particular issue. Whereas if somebody's been working in the same job for 8 years and they do that same thing, you really can't claim that you didn't know. So treating people equally in that case would be inherently unfair. The person who's new deserves the benefit of the doubt that they might not have known the rule. The person who's been there a long time is probably trying to get away with something. They deserve different consequences. Now, let's take 2 people that have been there for 8 years. And one of them gets in trouble quite frequently. And they get written up, you know, once or twice a year for something. They still might get consequences that are more significant than a person who's been working there 8 years and never had a write-up for anything. It's the first time they ever got written up. So even among people with like equal tenure, the circumstances are different. So there's an idea called situational leadership. And the idea is you lead any particular situation based on the given facts for that situation. And that's the only way that you can be fair to people. So I hope that makes sense. And it's the same way in your regular life, you know, like if a friend stands you up, you say you're going to go out to a movie with somebody and they stand you up, and it's somebody who you've been friends with for years and they never stand you up. You just kind of ignore it and move on and be like, well, something serious must have happened, and you give them the benefit of the doubt. For somebody who, like, you know, wants something from you or whatever and stands you up, then you have a lot less tolerance for it. But the idea of treating people equally then in the context of work tends to get buried, right? And people say, well, there's this situational leadership style. There's treating every situation on the merits of that particular situation. And the idea of treating people equally gets pushed off in the corner. But I think we have to remember that there's a big difference between treating people equally and treating people fairly. And when it comes to people who you don't know, you can't treat them fairly till you get to know them. So the idea of treating people equally is incredibly important for the people that you don't know. So the first time you ever meet somebody, you really have to judge everyone by the merits of that conversation, by the content of their character, not by what you see or what you believe or what you think is fair based on, let's say you're interviewing somebody and you look at their resume and their experience on their resume is worse than other candidates. You still need to go into that interview and treat them fully, equally, to the way that you would treat anyone else in an interview. So the idea of treating people fairly based on their circumstances is only true once you know them. Otherwise, for people that you're meeting for the first time or people that you don't know very well, you really do have to go back to the idea, the concept of treating people equally. Because that's the only thing that's fair then in those circumstances. And there's just been some circumstances at my job recently where that's become relevant, and I've had to sort out with people the difference between treating people fairly and treating people equally. And I thought I would share that with the channel. Maybe that helps somebody, maybe it doesn't, but really, keep an open mind. It's so much of life and politics is turned into a matter of right and wrong. And it's perfectly okay for two people to have different opinions and for them to allow each other to be right and walk away friends, knowing that they don't agree and really not caring that they have to agree. It feels like that's almost a lost art sometimes, accepting that there's other viewpoints and, walking away from it with your chin up. I kind of snapped at some of the people in my channel this week, and I don't know, I kind of getting wore out defending the Profundity journey, and somebody asked me why you would ever go for the Profundity before the Executor. I answered it what I felt like was fact-based, and I felt like the comments coming back from that were trying to make it into a matter of right and wrong. And, there are things in the game that are more efficient than others, but there's a lot of different things that you can do in this game that are all right. And it comes around right in the end. There's plenty of different ways to play the game and still be successful. So I don't think it's a matter of, right and wrong. I think it's a matter of, what are you trying to do? What's the end goal? And if your end goal is light side territory battle, guild participation, then Profundity starts to make a lot more sense, because JML makes a lot more sense, contributes a lot more to the guild than the Executor does. So to me, there's a reason, there's a logic behind it. It doesn't necessarily have to be right or wrong. So for anybody who was involved in that conversation, that's the deal. For anybody who wasn't involved in the conversation, that was the deal. It's just about, the Executor is a perfectly legitimate first journey to do in an account. I just think that the Profundity is also perfectly fine as the first big journey for an account. I think both things can be right. Other people can have their opinions. We don't have to make it a matter of right and wrong. That's what I hope anyway. All right, that's my lecture for the day. Life lessons. Things that are relevant in my life right now. So, take a look at this Obtisio Grand Arena. TK is off to Costco. Good luck with Obtisio. All right, TK. I'm probably reading that chat long after he left, but see you around, man. Apologies says I'm in Sector 4. It's become a nightmare. So, apologies. Here's the thing. I'm actually qualified to speak on this because I've got the Darth Loquitur account in hard Conquest, and I've got the Obtisio in normal Conquest. And I can tell you, honestly, with a straight face, that if you come in here on these Sector 3, Sector 4 teams on hard, and you look at this team that's Relic 6, overprepared, challenging path, all this stuff. The team that's Relic 2 in normal is not much different than this team at Relic 6 in hard. When you hit Sector 3 in normal, those teams, a lot of those teams, aren't really performing much differently than the teams in hard Conquest. The damage that they do, like if this team, if she hit for 25,000, the one at Relic 2 still hits for 21,000. Like it's less, but it's not significantly less. Whatever team you could beat that Relic 2 team with, you could beat this Relic 6 team with. So the high end of normal Conquest is like being in hard mode. That's my observation, and I've played through both hard and normal on the Obtisio account and the Loquitur account for several rounds now. And it really is the case. Graham Case said, just had a real good GAC, super fun one. First in a while. Don Tallow says, good advice. Blackbird says, for the first time, finishing normal Conquest. Nice. I got lucky with 2 blue Zealous Ambition data discs. Grandmaster Yoda hits for 700k with a basic. Nice. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, I've ended up on the Obtisio account doing that. I think I ended up with that kind of a mod or a data disk set on too. Yeah, we've got Vitality. We've still got the Volatile Accelerator on, but we've got like the Ambition, the Ruthless Swiftness, Defensive Formation, and then this for offense, and I think, yeah, this one for offense when they fall below 100%. So, yeah, we've been having more success on this account with the offense stacking than I have with the Volatile Accelerator with the dot management. Because you use this and you use the ability Amplify Agony, so that does damage. It generates more instances of these damage over times, and that's been really good for a lot of my teams. But yeah, the stacking offense, the Zealous Ambition, working out better for the roster that I have on Obtisio right now. Working out better. All right, let's get into the GAC. Faux show. Mike C says the difficulty in Conquest is coming from the special mods that the teams have and the overpowered, not the straight stars and relic levels, since the teams aren't modded. Yeah. So I mean, it's fair enough to say that the way the Conquest characters work is based on not just on their relic levels. I'm just making the observation that the Relic 2 version of the team is almost the same as the Relic 6 version of the team. There's not some scaling factor that they've put in there where the team is scaled according to the relic levels in a way that I think is meaningful. So it just means that if you can do normal conquest and get through the end of normal conquest, you're ready for hard. That's what it means. It means that if you can get through normal, you're ready for hard. I think that's the conclusion that we can take away from that. So anybody who's over 4 million still doing normal, don't do that. Get yourself into hard mode. All right, so exactly what we expected to happen on this happened. We lost 3 zones. We did manage to hold in ships, but yeah, you got 964 banners and took the win from us. Too much to fight. 3.7 million, a much more fair matchup this time around. So only about a million galactic power more than us. So that feels like Christmas. In terms of ships and characters, we've got the normal ships, no Malevolence, no Negotiator. That feels pretty good. We do have 2 Revans into Malak, CLS. We got tons of good character stuff in here. He does have gas. It's a smaller gas, not built up yet. 2 Zetas, but a gas nonetheless. He's already got Malak, so he's done gas and Malak and Revans, which means this account's probably a year old. I'm guessing from the content and the amount of Zetas. Maybe a year to a year and a half. Look at mods real quick. I like looking at mods in the account that we fight. And for people who are watching the stream, you just get an idea of how easy it is, if you're making any effort at mods at all, how easy it is to get over the people that don't try. 290, fastest character. Padme, no speed mods. Shakti is the second fastest, a speed set, 252. Doesn't even bother putting the other 2 mods on. Kenobi, 244. So the third fastest character is already under 250. The amount further that this account could go with better mods is just, it's a lot. Easily be mid to high chromium with this account. Because, yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in here. There's a lot of good teams. And if my opponent does watch this, it's not meant to be an insult. It's just the single biggest opportunity that you have with this account is better mods. Would make things so much better. All right, let's see what he gave me. See what he gave us to work with. All right, a free zone. Geos and murder bears. Should be able to get through that. Padme, I don't have my nest built on this account yet. Ooh, look at this. We've got a Gear 11 Grievous with a Relic B2 and a Saj. Can we Wampa that? Can we Willy Wampa? Does this Wampa beat that team? I'm willing to take a Gear 11 Wampa against a Relic B2. What do you all think? I think this is go time. I think we're going to get in there and, well, let's just hope the B2 doesn't do too much damage. Well, I guess I'm ready for hard conquest, but I lack the GP. 600,000 to go. I had about 500,000 when I decided to make the push for 4 million, and it only really took me about 3 weeks to just blow up my GP by 500,000. There was just so much stuff in the account, and it wasn't even hard. Like I just used some credits for 3 weeks and just blasted through another 500,000 GP on the Loquitur account. So it's not that hard. Should be cake. The Wampa shall prove himself once more. Let's go. Let's go. We got Wampa cheers in the chat. Ready for this. When your Wampa is the fastest character, It feels pretty good. Alright. Roar as long as we have protection. Stack up some dots on this B2. We're going to kill Asajj just from counterattacks, I would think. So we'll just keep stacking dots on B2. What? Where'd Grievous go? I don't know why I'm so entertained by that. Wampa just smashed Grievous on a counterattack. He's like, get out of here. He just annihilated him. I'm entertained. That was fun. Alright, we got Padme with 2 tanks. Tanks, but no tanks. Typically not a good thing to do, but honestly, I think Geos might crush this. Troopers could be an option. Qui-Gon could be an option. I know you don't have Nest, but Mace ruins Nest versus Padme to reduce her stats every time. That is true. That is true. Need to avoid nesting when there's a Mace. Very good point, my friend. I feel like Vader just wrecks these Geos. You know what, though? Let's get through that Padme team. These 2 teams aren't hard to beat. So let's see if we can get rid of this Padme team. See what's on the back wall. That's going to inform us more about what we need to do. So we've got 2 options here. And we could do Shaak Ti, a clone, and something. We could do Qui-Gon. I feel like the Geos are good here, though, right? Because we'll be able to tank. We've got the spy to execute things. And we've got the soldier to just, do soldier stuff. This all relies on the spy. The spy really has to be the workhorse. He's got to be the one that gets stuff done. I feel like this is pretty good, though. Because we can hit Kenobi. Mace will get a bunch of buffs. And then the spy should be able to yeet Mace. Now we can do the same thing, just focus on Kenobi. And then probably have to hit Padme twice to get her out of there, but should be able to. If we just manage who we hit. I went from 3.4 million to 4 million in 4 days. It wasn't a fun experience. Alright, let's, we can do this. And then we'll just work on Kenobi. I guess we gotta hit Mace now. Try to get back under stealth. Just work on Kenobi. They keep trading taunts. This is not working out like I had planned. Not according to plan. It's okay, though. Try to get it where Mace... where Mace is open for business. Okay. I think this is our opportunity. Oh, he's got the no crit again. Alright, let's see how much damage we can do here. Oh my goodness, that was nothing. We did nothing. It was 0 damage. We're in trouble, boys. We gotta try to line this up on Mace, and it's not looking good. Alright, let's go ahead and heal here. Yeah. Not impressive. Not impressive at all. Cycle back around and try to get the spy. Another execute on Mace. before he gets too much healing. Oh! Oh! Ouchie. That hurt. Okay. Gotta get Mace with his taunt back up now. You can do it, Mace. Let's do this. And then that. Oh, he lost his taunt. Okay, let's try this. What am I doing wrong? That should. Oh, what? How did that not work? Spy is letting me down. Making me sad. I feel like we've had several opportunities on this Mace that have been good enough. And yet, there he stands, unbroken. Undaunted. He's got a lot of debuffs on him right now. Or a lot of buffs. Okay, let's get him. Gotta get around Kenobi's taunt. If we can at least get Mace out of here, that'll be useful. Let's heal up again. Hit Kenobi again. And try again on Mace. Nothing. Nothing. Can't crit him. We gotta somehow time it so that we get the crit at the same time that he's taunting with a lot of buffs on. Doesn't look like it's gonna happen though, does it? Alright, we need a critical hit. Right at the right time. I feel like I've successfully done this battle before. Does not appear we're going to be successful with it today, though. I'm just going to leave out of here. It's not going to work. I might as well not give him turn meter. Okay. So what are we going to do instead? Troopers, Vader, or Qui-Gon? Maybe Qui-Gon. Put a tank of our own in there. Or maybe it's even better if we use Shaak Ti. Get plenty of recovery, keep Qui-Gon alive. They don't have tremendous damage. Let's overkill it. See if we can get through to the back wall. You gotta be stealth to get the big hit, and you gotta crit hit to get stealth. Yeah. Yeah, just I couldn't get it to line up. I couldn't get it to line up where he didn't have critical hit immunity and we were good to go on our skills, and just didn't line up. Or at least if I got it lined up and I didn't see it, then I missed it. And that's potentially my fault, but I didn't see it come up where we had what we wanted. Okay. Let's put Qui-Gon under... Oh, wait, what? Oh, because he's like a support or something. Okay. I thought he was going to go under stealth, but attackers go under stealth. But I think he's actually a support or something. Alright, let's see if we can get him. We'll just go do that, get rid of the foresight for now. We'll go ahead and take an assist, even though we don't really want it. Okay. 33 banners. It's fine. Wasted some of our best stuff there, but now we have to face CLS on the back wall. Yeah, this is dangerous for the troopers, but I think that's really the option that we have here. Or Vader, I suppose. Mon Mothma. Probably not going to get it done. We still have teams to beat up on the front wall, too. Can't forget that. Did I bring Jyn Erso? Yeah, we did. So we can mess around with Jyn on the front wall. I think we might want to do something like Palpatine, Vader, and Wat Tambor. If we do this, we still have Geos to fight up front. We can trooper the Geos. I think we've got Iden on defense, though. So if we use Vader here, we might get stuck on Geos up front. Or we have to save the troopers for them. Alright, so we've got... if we can get through this, we can use the troopers up front and still have plenty of stuff. Okay, that's what I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to take a chance on the full clear. We're going to do this, and Wat Tambor. And with Wat, we're actually going to put the tank tech on Vader so that we can get around the stuns. Palpatine will die, Wat Tambor will die, and we just need to be fast enough with Vader that we're able to get through his stuff. Alright, so I want Palpatine's lead, I want Wat Tambor's tech. Oh, they're going to kill Wat first. I hadn't thought of that. Oh, man, I got lucky. Because if they'd have shot first and shot Wat, oh, boy. That would have been bad. All right, let's do this and try to get rid of this Wookiee instantly. Good. Got that. I feel like, man, oh, man. I did not think about the fact that they could have shot first on Wat. And I wouldn't even have got my tech. If that would have happened, I think I'd have lost this matchup. Not ideal. So, basically feel like I'm stealing this one if I win it. Alright, there we go. And then cull him, and we got it. 51. Oof. Yeah, right when we entered in there, and I'm like, oh, they're going to shoot first on Palpatine, and I'm like, oh, they could kill Wat. Alright. Not good. Not a good position to put myself in. Alright, so let's do Fierce Pit and Dark and just annihilate these Geos. I think this is the way it goes. Piet, Link, mass assist on the Brute, kill the Brute, and then I think when Dark Trooper goes, we do his middle skill, and I think we kill everything in one hit. I think that's how it goes. Mike C says, won't Han shoot Wat? Yeah, you called it. You called it. I didn't see it till I started the thing. Oh, how is he faster than Veers? Okay, that's weird. How is my Dark Trooper now faster than my Veers? That's something I'll have to look into. I know he's got a relic and he outgears Veers by a lot, but I still thought Veers was faster. Whoops. Hard to do a called shot when you got your characters wrong. All right, should we Where should we use Radis? Let's use Radis on a team in the back here. What do we got? Beskar Mando or Phoenix? Let's try the Radis team against Phoenix. Rogue One. Oh, we don't have the Omicron on him yet on this account. Still not bad, right? We're going to try it. We're going to give it a try. Let's get in there, Admiral Radis. Let's see what kind of shenanigans we can pull out here. All right, let's steal turn meter over here. Oh, we got turn meter and the stun. This skill does pretty nice damage. Didn't look impressive there, though, did it? Let's put all buffs that are currently up on him. All right. Yeah, we'll steal turn meter. Why not? Nothing like a free turn. Get over here on Ezra. Look at how often we get to steal turn meter from these guys. Isn't that fantastic? Alright, now we get to steal a full turn meter bar. Okay, we didn't steal the turn meter from her, but we stunned her. I'll take it. Man, this team is just like... I realize the Phoenix are kind of garbage, but that was... I felt like full control. Never a threat. Canderous, let's see what we got for Rebel fighters here. I think we got Biggs and Wedge, right? So we just do that. And that way, if we do get damage overtimes on us from Canderous, we can deal with them pretty easily. We don't want Mando to get into his bird stance or do anything, really. You know, he's in his bird stance. Alright, let's clear off some debuffs here. Gotta kill Mando twice. He can't get to the disintegrate. Never mind, he's not even a threat. He can't get the contract. There is no contract under Beskar Mando lead. Canderous taking 8 shots every turn. Pretty fantastic. Alright. Death number 1. He has some pretty good resolve about him. Not good enough, though. Back zone cleared. Front zone, Ewoks. What do we got left to kill Ewoks? Got this. We can try like Leia, Harrison Dula, and Akbar. Try some fun stuff. I feel like we're going to clear. So... probably shouldn't be trying fun stuff. I probably should be going for maximum banners, but yeah, let's have a little fun. That was a lot of shots from Leia. She had some fun with that over there. All right, let's do this. Get an instant turn. Okay. Wicket going crazy on us. All right, we'll do this. Crouch down again. Kill us some Wicket. Wicket awesome. Does this actually heal? Recover health and protection. Oh, she can't do it to herself, though. Not useful. 55 banners against the murder bears. It's okay. Experimenting. We've got the Chimera fleet. What? We'll have to pick a capital ship. Okay. Chimera fleet. only better. I think we're better off with damage dealers. Don't think we even want. We'll bring tanks in for reinforcement. So basically we want these guys in there because you can't dodge their attacks, and we'll be able to kill Ghost very quickly. They might kill my Vader. Don't really care. We just want to mass assist and just blow ships up and muscle them out with offense. Okay. Get over here. Oof. No dodges for you. No dodges for you. And surely there'll be no dodge on that one either. Man. Anakin down. Anakin down. Alright. We'll bring in the tank. Sure, why not? Target the Ghost. Get that thing out of here. Hey, we got it with a counterattack. That's nice. In stealth, so I can't counterattack. Get off my Vader. We'll heal up Vader. Get target lock on. Get rid of the armor. That's unfortunate. We're going to take this rather than the reinforcement. Take a ship out. Okay, the plan. Yeah, the problem is once we reinforce, Ahsoka's going to be able to strip off our taunt again, which is inconvenient. See if we can kill her. Oh, not quite. Oh, yeah, good job. Missed. Whiffed it. All right, there goes our tank. Tanks, but no tanks. Let's do a big hit here. Got the alt up. That should be it. Good. 62 banners. Not beautiful. Once we get our negotiator, that'll be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh. He's got 11. He fought something. Dropped 2 battles against the clones already. Good job, guys. Hasn't even started on the Iden team yet. That may be it, 1148 to 11. That may be it. All right. Graham Case says, clutch dodge. Yep. Someone make a sound clip of maximum banners. Maximum banners. All right. Well, that's it. That's 2 GACs and discussion about attenuators and calibrating mods. A little bit of a discussion about treating people versus equal versus fair. Any other questions you guys got for me before I cash out the stream for the day? Got to get in here and see if we've got Biston in the fleet. And we do not. Sadness. No Biston over on Loquitur either. Wait till the next shop refresh. Keep looking. We'll get them. We'll get them. I am having to farm out the Biston on the fleet nodes as well as buying them out of the shop. Not getting them out of the shop fast enough. So, bummer. Biston ship is such a pain. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, if I'd been looking for it since I started the account, it would have been no problem by now. But the fact that I wasn't even looking to buy that ship at any point on either account. So, yeah, just it shows up at the rarity. And the Razor Crest is also on that same slot. So it's split now, or at least it seems to me that it's split between the Razor Crest and Biston's U-Wing. So it shows up less than it may have in the past. What's your all-time favorite fleet, DL? Oh man, I'm a mark for the Finalizer fleet. I got that on my main account, and I used the Finalizer fleet with, I felt like, really good success for a really long time. Was beating Executors with it. Basically could beat any fleet in the game with my Finalizer. So I just take it on offense, and it's one win somewhere on offense. I lost with it a couple times in GAC. You know, got some bad RNG or whatever, but I think the Finalizer fleet for me is just that, it's that fleet that it's kind of an underdog. Like, everybody expects a Malevolence and a Negotiator to be good. Everybody expects the Executor to be good. But I think the Finalizer is just a fantastic offensive fleet. It's garbage on defense. But as an offensive fleet, I feel like it's, you know, if it's not in the top 4, then it's number 5. I had great success with it. So I think that's my all-time favorite fleet, because I always felt like when I won with that fleet, I was doing something that other people weren't doing. So that's a good feeling. I like the Profundity, though. I mean, I like the capital ship. It looks kind of rusty and clunky, and I don't know why, but I like that the idea that the Rebels are just kind of putting together the best fleet they can out of what they've got. And so the Profundity doesn't look great, but you know, it does its thing. So I don't have the Profundity yet, but I do like the look of that capital ship. I was watching Arnold's initial stream on it, and he was laughing about, like, oh, they're going to chase away this little ship. And I don't think it occurred to him. I don't think he understood that ship is the one with the plans, and they were chasing the plans. You uploaded the plans, and the plans were getting away, and the other capital ship leaves to go after the plans. He's like, yeah, like they're going to chase that ship, you know. And he's kind of making fun of it. And I'm like, dude, they're chasing the plans. It's awesome. It's good. It's good flavor. I love that that's what happens. You know, you get to the alt and the Tantive drops out and they run after it. I think that's cool. I think it's a neat way to pull off that ultimate graphically. Thanks, DL. Always great to catch you live. Thanks for the stream. Good stream. See ya. All right. Looks like there's no more questions, so I'm going to wrap it up there. Hit the like saber on the way out if you didn't hit it on the way in. Remember to subscribe if you want to watch more like this in the future. Join us over on Discord. We've got a great Discord community. There's an Ask Loquitur channel over there, so I try to be attentive to that if people have questions for me. You can put them up over on Discord in the Ask Loquitur section, and I'll try to get to them and get you a decent answer and help you out with whatever it is that you need. A lot of new players over there trying to learn how to play the game, but there's really a lot of experienced players as well, just hanging out, helping people. So it's a good community to be part of. Hope to see you over there. Thank you all for watching. See you in the next Wampacron.